Hi, President.
Oh,
How you doing, man?
okay. Defeat you yesterday.
Well, yeah,
What's
we
up?
had a conversation, a good conversation with Kirkland Cooper, whatever the fuck his name is.
Who was that?
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
that gentleman.
Well, that guy?
Yeah,
What are you saying?
well, basically saying not nice things about the program.
What program?
Toastmasters on the whole.
Really?
Yeah, very.
You guys.
You know it.
Good. How are you?
Mr. Speaker.
Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Oh, yes, sir.
Every day I was saying.
I got good news for you.
What's the good news?
Someone pulled me aside and basically called me out for being huge. Basically,
Watch them.
well, he was
How
like,
envious they are.
you have good presence. I was like, well,
Someone said that to me, didn't they?
yeah, it's catching on.
Yeah. Told you that. I know why you. See, for me to get presents, I gotta go stand in front of that camera.
Ooh, yeah, that's what you said. That's what you think, man.
Yeah.
But it's work.
How is the house of Pearson?
Great. So
Okay. Good stuff. Oh, boy. I'm beginning to feel the folly of election. I cannot remiss because the reward should do so. Exasperating.
Didn't know that. Didn't know this did that. Yeah, you got some quick questions before the minutes.
Oh.
Right. So what are you doing there?
Hmm?
What are you doing there?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I am the people on the phone.
Actually, I mean, oh,
Good evening. You know. You doing? Good. Two minutes ago time. Everybody on the program.
I mean, I guess you're not gonna adjust it. Give them their own. Go for that. No, it's not. So,
Huh?
so the thing with putting it out, you don't want too much.
In the shots.
Yeah, this guy.
Even last week.
That's not all the stuff on the thing, so. Right over here. I just put a couple of.
Maybe the people who see it, you see.
well, I mean, that'd be fine. You'll do great. Icebreaker speech is your most fun speech.
Water.
Not your most fun, Rose?
What part?
How was your most fun speech?
Oh, no, flat earth questions, but the icebreaker is like
the speech with the least amount of pressure.
Oh, Christine.
Like you remember your icebreaker, right? Remember practicing yours. We were in the back of like West Winds. Bernie Sanders. Okay. So there you go. Yeah.
I always find to this. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This meeting of Cable Revolutionaries Club 2591529. That's a warm up. Let's do that. And then I want to hear our participants online. Cable Revolutionaries Toastmasters Club 2591529. There. Good. It's now called to order. Can you please stand? Toastmaster Charles Rose, would you like to open this up in prayer?
Thank you, Madam Sergeant at Arms. All that's blood and eyes closed. Oh God, I would like to thank you for bringing us here on this wonderful afternoon as we come together and we take part in this meeting. Father God, I pray that you safeguard everyone who is on their way and all of our members, no matter where they are at this point. Father God, I pray that you speak through each of us tonight, that we get the message across that you would want us to. And you guide this meeting as you would have it according to your will. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. So let's face our national flag and we're going to say the pledge. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I pledge
allegiance to the flag and to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, for which it stands, one people united in love and service.
Thank you. And we'll recite our Toastmasters mission. We provide
supportive and positive learning experience,
which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. At Cable Revolutionary, we're not just a club, we are a family. So if you celebrated a birthday today, yesterday, or it's something you want us to celebrate with you, please let us know.
Victory.
Victory!
Ah!
Amen. Anybody on floor? No?
You look really sad. Yeah. You have nothing to
Victory's on the count of
Life.
We're going to give victory and life a hand. Yay. Our quote of the week is actually a Bible verse. And it says, pride goes before destruction and healthy spirit before a fall. And that's taken from Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. And that's from the NIV. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, it is my pleasure to present to the lectern our president. Not just a president, but my president, your president, Toastmaster Pearson.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and to someone to have guests.
Good evening.
Welcome to another wonderful meeting of Cable Revolutionaries, the only place to be on a Thursday evening. The world could be ending, it could be a hurricane, or it could be election time. But I know you all would be here and nowhere else at this time. So without further ado, I think we can go ahead and skip the introduction of guests and we'll move into late or absent excuses. Late or absent excuses. DTM Barbara?
President, I stand to beg an absent excuse on behalf of Toastmasters Antonia Brown and Toastmasters Samuels, who are not able to make it this evening.
Toastmaster Trevon Carey, you were saying something?
Yes, thank you for acknowledging me. Absent excuse for Toastmaster Sandia Miller.
Okay. They are absent excuses going once, going twice. Gone. We'll forego the raffle till there's more persons in the room. And we'll go right ahead into the reading of the minutes from Toastmaster Charles Rose. Give him a clap as he comes to the lectern.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And here begins, as introduced, my name is Charles Rose, and I will have the honor of reading your minutes this afternoon. Here lies the minutes for the meeting on March 12, 2026. The meeting was called to order and began at 6 p.m. by Distinguished Toastmaster Christine Sweeting. She also led the invocation and the pledge. There was no absent. There were no late excuses. There was one absent excuse for Toastmaster Jordan Clark. The raffle pitch was done by Trevon Carey, and the minutes were read by Toastmaster Amar Pearson, President. The theme for that meeting was Women Who Lead. The chairman for that meeting was Toastmaster Alex Pearson, with our lexicologist, Toastmaster Antonio Comer. The word of the day, dauntless. The definition of that word is as follows: showing fearlessness and determination. Our tabletop Toastmasters that night was Toastmaster Sandia Paul, and our speakers are as follows: Toastmaster Sandia Miller and Toastmaster Sharnette Thompson. Our general evaluator for the night was Toastmaster Tracy Boucher, with our evaluator, and she led a team of Toastmaster Tamara Evans and Distinguished Toastmaster Christine Sweeting. Our grammarian that night was Toastmaster Antonio Comer. Our on-counter with that night was Toastmaster Tatiana Brister, and the timer that night was Toastmaster Trevon Carey. Committee reports and communique. The Treasury announced that dues are due. The Treasurer will be collecting daily dues at every in-person meeting, and the deadline for dues is March 31st, 2026. The membership committee inducted 2 new members that night. These members are Antonio Comer and Naomi Ledio. The social committee also announced that at the end of the month, the club will be celebrating birthdays and the international speech contestants, and all guests were invited. She also said that a special guest will be in attendance. The speaker of the meeting outside the club, there was none. Other business, there was none. Announcements, there were none. Speaker of the night was Sandia Miller. Evaluator of the night was Toastmaster Tamara Evans. The raffle total for that night was $72, and the raffle total for that night was $72. The adjournment was on the adjournment. A motion to adjourn the meeting was made by Toastmaster Vincent Rami, and it was seconded by Trevon Carey. Motion passed, and the vice president of education acting for the president ended the meeting at 8:03 p.m. And the next meeting will be held on March 19th, 2026 at the Phil Keeping Building. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lewis. Are there any corrections, amendments, or deletions to the minutes? I think I heard that no one led outside the club. I'm not sure if that's correct. No one led?
Last week?
Say again?
You mean last week?
Yeah. Get out.
Good afternoon.
You really had no one leaving outside the club last week? Oh.
Mr. President?
You can just motion to move to 7 minutes.
Okay. Mr. President, we move to accept the minutes as read.
We have a second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the minutes be accepted as read. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Abstentions to the back of the room. Motion carried. Matters arising. Matters arising to the minutes going once. Going twice. Tim Gongra?
Yes, Mr. President, I just wanted to congratulate all the ladies who participated at last week's meeting. I think, although I was not able to attend, I trust that it was a lively and engaging meeting with all the ladies involved. I was also very sad that I was not able to see my good friend and colleague, Toastmaster Sharna Thompson, speak. It's been a long time since she has visited our club, and not having her, not having been able to hear her speak was kind of disappointing for me, but I hope, I saw some pictures and I can imagine how her speech went, but I will ask her about it next time I speak to her.
Yes, so we will no doubt have her back in the halls of Cable Revolutionaries. I'm pretty sure VP will work in that. And we'll also have the recording of the last meeting on YouTube, so you can see the full meeting and everything that transpired in that meeting last week. Matters arising going once. Matters arising going twice. Gone. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. Theme for this week's meeting is overcoming challenges. And if anyone knows me, I don't see challenges, I see opportunities. And I think this is an opportunity for a quick joke, just to lighten the mood in the room. It's gonna be a one-liner, but what did one hat say to the other? What did one hat say to the other?
Hats off to you.
No. He said, "You wait here, I'll go on ahead."
Madam Sergeant, find him. Find him.
No such thing as a bad joke as long as you get people laughing. So without further ado, I'm about to bring someone to the lecture who is an overcomer. Someone who has seen challenges and turned them into opportunities. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, without further ado, please help me give a rousing round of applause to our Vice President of Education, Toastmaster Cynthia Miller.
Thank you so very much, Mr. President. Good evening, Cable Revolutionaries.
Good evening.
Good evening, our most welcome guests. This evening's theme, overcoming challenges. Something every single one of us can relate to. Challenges are not here to break us, but instead they are here to build us. Every single obstacle we face is shaping our strength, sharpening our mindset, and preparing us for something greater. So today, as we go through our meeting, I encourage you to reflect not on what went wrong, but what it taught us and who it is helping us to become. This evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as we all gather here to become even better versions of ourselves, we will have our chairman. We asked our chairman to tell us about an obstacle he overcame. And our chairman said, "Sandia, if I start, I don't know where this will go. So instead, I would like to share. If I start, I'm trying to find your quote. If I start, I don't know where this is going to go. So instead, I'd like to share a snippet about obstacles I overcome day to day in my job. Customer complaints. How do I handle them? As a posted PBX specialist, I get complaints of all sorts, various complaints. Instead of looking at them as challenges, instead, I find them as opportunities to learn more, to grow, and to educate my clients. Coming to lead us as our chairman for this evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Ernesto Gongora. Please welcome him. Please keep Benedict. Go ahead. Thank you.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and more distinguished guests.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Brave souls who overcame traffic and still made it inside of this room time. Good evening also to our Zoom audience who is listening to us remotely from places as far as Carmichael Road.
Wait, that's fine, that's fine.
As your chairman, my job this evening is to be your congenial host and to, bridge the gap between participants on the program. To do this, I have prepared some challenges for you. If you overcome them, the result will be winning some things. Nice theme, as you heard, overcoming challenges. Now, if you are a Toastmaster, you already know something about challenges. We voluntarily stand in front of a full room and speak to be eagerly evaluated. That is not normal behavior. That is growth with a side of courage.
Okay.
For over 20 years in Toastmasters, I've seen members walking saying, I just want to get over my fear of public speaking. 6 months later, they're running meetings. A year later, they're leading committees. A few years later, they're mentoring others. The challenge that once intimidated them becomes the very platform that elevates them. The word challenge itself contains opportunity. Our president taught us that where others see a challenge, he sees an opportunity. It invites us to step up, to adapt, to try again, to improve by just 1 degree, because growth rarely happens when things are easy. It happens when we are slightly uncomfortable, when we are learning, adjusting, and daring to continue. And to challenge us to increase our vocabulary this evening is a woman that is constantly overcoming challenges. She is a past Area 61 director, and she is challenging herself to become our next Division F director next year. Let's put our hands together and welcome our lexicologist for the evening, our very own Sergeant at Arms, Distinguished Toastmaster, Christine Sweetie.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
The purpose of the lexicologist is to present membership with the opportunity to learn a new word and use it in their daily conversation. Now, everybody got a piece of paper with a letter?
Yes.
Right. So, I need you to guess with the words.
I had it. I don't think I.
Oh, yeah, Pete, that over there, yeah. Okay, so let me give you a hint of our definition of our word. Our word
US. NSO-US.
the definition is to overcome or successfully deal with difficulty or obstacle.
That's okay, can you borrow your laptop?
Monster? No. No.
Romantics?
No.
Say the definition one more
Are we missing a letter?
To overcome or successfully deal with difficult obstacles.
Surmount.
There you go.
Bet you can use which one as you wouldn't get it.
That is our word for today. Surmount. Now, I would like for someone to give me a sentence using our word of the day somehow.
I'm a lexicologist. Last night, I would have participated as judge for the division contest. And the quality that was on display caused many experienced judges to have a surmountable task. That is the active participation of surmount.
Yes.
We had a surmountable task of discerning which of the quality presenters would be championed at the end of night. And as difficult as it was, we were able to see the greatness in one of our own. Thank you.
Can I have a volunteer on film, please? Not all at once. Okay. Toastmaster Tatiana. Can I have a sentence using our word of the day surmount?
Sorry, I didn't get the meaning. I went to go get some water.
You want me to give you the definition?
Please.
To overcome or successfully deal with a difficulty or obstacle.
Okay. Okay. During the time that we all want to become better people, we decide that reaching out to our Bibles is a part of becoming a better individual and going to church. Reading your Bible alone and facing temptation can be very surmount when it comes to changing our lives and becoming a better person.
And here's my sentence. Despite the many challenges that I'm able to surmount every obstacle and achieve some goals. I encourage everyone who's taking part in the education session to use our word of the day. I'll also be listening for the grammarian, and all those wonderful things. So let's use our word of the day. And what is our word of the day?
Surmount.
There you go. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you.
Let's give our lexicologists another round of applause. Let's try to incorporate that word into our daily vocabulary, surmounting all of our challenges. Challenge test us. They stretch us, they expose our weak spots, but they also reveal our resilience. But here's the beautiful, beautiful truth. Challenges don't come to stop us. They come to shape us. And to help shape us, our speaking creativity, I'm going to call on a lady who is an inspiration to many. A lady whose message about deception has opened the eyes of many in our Toastmasters community. She has overcome many challenges to get to the high level she is at today. When I asked her to name one challenge she has overcome, she said that she has overcome the feeling
that she was always right. And the need to be always right by accepting that there is still a lot she doesn't know and should take a humbler attitude. When asked what is a challenge that she wishes to overcome, she mentioned that when she made herself to be humble, she pushed too far and went from feeling that she's always right to battling with self-doubt. So now she wishes to overcome the self-doubt and find a balance. Let us welcome our table topics master for this evening, 2025-2026 Club International Speech Contest champion, 2025-2026 Area International Speech Contest champion, 2025-2026 Division F International Speech Contest champions, first lady of the club.
Champion. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. How are we all doing today?
Champion.
Yes, awesome. So once again, my name is Alex Pearson, and I will be serving as your table topics master today. For the benefit of all of our guests in the room, the purpose of the table topics master is to encourage you all to be able to speak impromptu. So what this means is that I will ask a question or I will give a prompt. And once your name is called, you will have 1 to 2 minutes to answer the question or give an impromptu speech in 1 to 2 minutes. All right? All right. So our theme today is overcoming challenges. Who will surmount today? Okay. And our first question. Describe a moment you wanted to quit, but didn't. What changed in that moment? To set the tone tonight, the first question goes to our president, Toastmaster Pearson.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Has anyone else felt like they've done something so hard, a task so strenuous, that they just want to stop and go home? By raising hands. Everyone in the room. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I don't feel like quitting at any point in life, but I've gotten close. And the reason I've gotten close is sitting in the room right now. You see, about 10 years ago, a certain someone in this room would put me and my teammates and I through some challenges, some physical challenges, so that we'd be prepared to play at a collegiate level of soccer. And he held us to a standard that he knew we could achieve, that we knew we could achieve, but it was an insurmountable mountain that we saw. But week after week, early morning, late night after late night, we were able to surmount the challenge. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, that man is none other than Mr. Dion Godet. My coach. One of the things that he taught me was that sometimes your best isn't good enough. You must do what is required. Sometimes the mountain may be 1,000 feet tall, but you can only climb 800. But that doesn't mean that it's insurmountable. All it means is that challenge, 200 feet, is now an opportunity for you to get higher and higher and reach the sky. We're all now in a Toastmasters meeting, and rather than using my muscles, I now can use my voice. So instead of climbing, I can preach, because my voice and your voice will be the ladder that makes it easier for others to touch the sky. So before you leave this evening, I want you to challenge yourself. What opportunity can I find to make someone else's life just a bit better? It may be through a compliment, it may be through a challenge, or it may be through you putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation to get to the summit of a mountain. Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you for that response, Toastmaster Pearson. Nobody really likes putting themselves in uncomfortable situations, but sometimes you have to do what's required to get to the top of your Everest. Our next question. What's harder? Starting over or holding on too long? To continue to set the tone, this question will go to our VPE Toastmaster Cynthia Paul. There's a time to live, and there's a time to die. There's a time for everything under the sun. Thank you for such an interesting question, Madam Table Topics Master. I believe that neither is better than the other, but rather understanding the time and the season that you are in. Sometimes it could feel difficult to give up. And I believe equally, it can be just as difficult to continue. Let me give you a story about my life. When I left Hill Bahamas in 2018, I had to make a decision. Do I grow my career here in technology, or do I take a risk and bet on myself and try a space or a place that I was always interested in, accounts? The decision wasn't easy, Madam Table Topics Master. To stay wasn't easy. To start over, Madam Table Topics Master, wasn't easy. But in that season, that was the season for me to go out there and try new things. But in this season of my life, when that question plagues my mind, to stay or to start over, not because I want to try a career choice, but because maybe the distinguished Toastmaster and Nestor Gongora just want me to that point that day. I have to remind myself that I'm in a different season. I'm in a season where I want to put down roots. I'm in a season where I'm juggling so many different plates. And so it's important to me in this season to stay rooted and grounded. The decision every single day is not an easy one, but it is the right one. Thank you so much for that question. Thank you very much for that response. Our VP. Fellow Toastmasters, yes, we have to understand the seasons that you're in. And I want you all to know, here at Cable Revolutionaries Club 2591529, that means you are with us in winning season. So whatever is your Everest, go for it, because you're here with the winners. Just a disclaimer before we go on to our guests and our persons on Zoom. I called on our club presidents and our VPE to answer the first two questions. However, you don't have to give as lengthy or as in-depth as a response as they gave. You can feel comfortable to just speak for 1 minute, okay? And our next question.
Shade.
It was on time and on track. Tell us about the challenge that taught you patience. Tell us about the challenge that taught you patience. And this question goes to our guest, Leandrel Roll. One.
Thank you for that question. That's a very thought-provoking question. A time when something that taught me patience. I think something that is teaching me patience, I would say, it is knowing exactly what I want to do. Knowing exactly what I want to do, meaning learning to step back and realize that not because you think this means go means that I should have to go ahead and move. So something that has actually taught me patience would be holding on in moments when I'm ready to let go. So, thank you.
Holding on in moments when you're ready to let go. I think that's a challenge that a lot of us face, and there's no right answer to that. So thank you for that question. hopefully soon to be Toastmaster role.
Oh, yeah. Ain't long now.
Our next question. Has failure ever upgraded you? Has failure ever upgraded you? And this question goes to our guest on Zoom, S. Farquharson.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. Has failure ever, can you repeat that for me, please?
Has failure ever upgraded you?
Oh, definitely. I believe that my life has been defined by so many challenges that may have been, I guess one would say, insurmountable. However, I would say that I have definitely been upgraded through these challenges. And it has made me, I would say, a better person. Thank you.
Nice. Is failure even real? Because we learn from it, it upgrades us. And like you said, Ms. Farquharson, it makes you a better person. So thank you for that response. Our next question. What is your why for joining Toastmasters? What is your why for joining Toastmasters? To our Toastmaster on Zoom, Toastmaster Travonia Carey.
Thank you so much for that question. And I think by now, everyone knows the reason why I joined Toastmasters. And other than wanting to overcome my fear of public speaking, another reason why I joined is so my voice can be heard in rooms when I step in. For as long as I can remember myself, I always felt, I guess, I wasn't good enough in the sense of speaking up in rooms when I know an idea that I had was a good idea. And I think it was based on the fear of being accepted. But since joining Toastmasters, I can honestly say that I overcame that. And also stepping into leadership role about 2 years ago, that has pushed me to join Toastmasters. And I live by a quote, feel the fear and do it anyway. And I've been running from Toastmasters for, maybe about 10 years. And I said, you know what? God has a funny way of kicking you where you need to go. And I have to say kicking you because it's almost like he's pushing you there by pushing me into leadership. And in order for me to be the best leader that I can be and lead my team, I have to work on my fears. And so that's two reasons why I joined Toastmasters. And honestly, I can say that I wish I had joined sooner. So I'm excited about this journey. And yes, that's my reason for joining.
Thank you for your response, Toastmaster Carey. It's easy for us to shrink in a room when we don't really want to be seen or heard. But if we really want our ideas and thoughts to get out there, we have to get our voices heard. And I believe with you joining Toastmasters, you are not only in the right place, but you are in the right seat by joining Cable Revolutionaries. Our next question. Tell us about a time that you completely overreacted. Tell us about a time that you completely overreacted. To our guests in the room, Deosha Thompson.
Thank you for that question. There was a time where I overreacted. Well, before listening to understand, I listened to respond. And I had to take a step back afterwards to see that, hey, you are wrong. You were supposed to listen to understand. But I guess to have that ego to say, I'm always right.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned at that moment that you are not always right, especially if you just want to respond. So it's good to listen to understand before listening to respond.
Thank you for that response, soon to be Toastmaster Thompson. Yay! And if you heard my intro, you would know I completely resonate with your response. They once called me Madam Google because I thought I knew more than Google itself. And our final question. What's one obstacle that looked like a dead end, but it turned out to be a detour? What's one obstacle that looked like it was a dead end, but it turned out to actually be a detour? So our Toastmaster on Zoom, Toastmaster Gregory Cash.
Thank you, Table Office Master, for asking a question. What was considered, can you repeat the question again, please?
What's one obstacle that looked like it was a dead end, but it turned to be a detour for you?
One obstacle that I would say is public speaking. Growing up as a child, I always had the fear of public speaking, and I always thought that I cannot speak because of my disability. But one day God spoke to me and said, Gregory, you are an overcomer. You are a champion. There is nothing that you cannot do. So I decided a couple months ago to take on the challenge of public speaking. I entered into the SM program at Cable Revolutionaries, and today I believe that public speaking is a great opportunity for me to become the champion that I am today. And also I get to meet so many wonderful people in the world that has made me a better person. So I believe that public speaking is not a detour, but it's an opportunity for me to grow, an opportunity to become the best that I could be, and a person to rise and be all that God has called me to be. So I can say that I am currently I'm proud to be a Cable Revolutionary Toastmasters champion. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Cash. The good book tells us to focus on what is true, and you are a warrior and a champion, as shown here today. Everyone, we have come to the end of my table topic session. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this lightened the mood for our speakers. And I will now call back on our chairman for this evening, distinguished Toastmaster Godette. Thank you.
I was right now. Thank you. Table Topics Master, another round of applause. Overcoming challenges is part of the human story. Think about it. Every achievement begins with discomfort. A baby learning to walk falls more times than we can care to count. A teenager learning to drive makes everyone else on the road pray. And a new Toastmaster delivering their icebreaker
clutches their notes like they're holding to the last rock on the Titanic. Tonight, as we listen to our speakers, evaluators, and other participants, I invite you to reflect. What challenge are you currently facing? Is it a skill you're developing? Fear you're confronting? A leadership role you're stepping into? And more importantly, how is it shaping you? Because the obstacle isn't the end of the story. It's the turning point. It's a chapter where the character discovers strength they didn't know they had. So tonight, let's lean into the theme. Let's celebrate courage. Let's applaud effort. And let's remember that every polished speaker you admire once had shaky hands and a racing heart. Our first prepared speaker is not strange to challenges, even life-threatening challenges. When I asked this Toastmaster to give me one challenge she has overcome, he told me it was accepting that she could not be both an American and a Bahamian. What? And she did not have to choose between the two identities. When I asked her of a challenge that she wishes to overcome, she said that she wishes to be able to wake up earlier in the morning. She knows that a better life awaits her if she could only wake up just 1 hour earlier to get her day in order. This Toastmaster will be overcoming her first challenge as a speaker officially has to overcome, delivering her icebreaker under the theme, Overcoming Obstacles, to be delivered in a time of 4 to 6 minutes. Help me welcome Toastmaster Toni Comer.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
The most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. The most neglected person in America is the Black woman. Malcolm X, Mr. Chairman. Thanks. How many obstacles a Black woman has experienced on a daily basis and literally living about half my life in America. So I just knew that this topic of overcoming obstacles was going to be for me. This was mine. And I just had to choose which obstacle should I talk about first? Where do we begin? Do we begin from the beginning? Do we start from kindergarten when I was a little bit too advanced for the class and they were going to give me extra work and they wouldn't move me on? No, we're not going to talk about kindergarten. Do we talk about when I had to skip from grade 3? I had to skip grade 4, so I went from grade 3 to grade 5, being the youngest in the classroom? No, kiddie stuff. So that means that I started St. Augustine's at 10 years old. Do we talk about starting SAC at 10 years old? No, we're not going to talk about that. That's a challenge in its own self, which means that I started college at 16 in Miami. Do we talk about the challenges and the obstacles that I faced in Miami, finishing school, not finishing school, CPA, not CPA, good friends, bad friends, boyfriends, Miami friends? That's some good challenges to talk about. However, they did not have social media back then for a reason, so we shall leave it there. Do I talk about a Black woman in accounting? My supervisor stalking me, that said that I wasn't working when they just gave me an award for being the top performer for the last 2 months straight. No problem. Let's not go that way. The clients that don't believe how great I was work, and then do I talk? I'm so sorry. The clients that didn't believe how great I was at what I did. So I, of course, had to move on. Do I talk about when I moved on to working in a 5-star property? So now we're working with billionaires. Now, the obstacles that I face working with billionaires, can you imagine working with one billionaire where he says, don't give anything to me, give it to my assistant? No. And then you speak with another billionaire that says, don't give anything to my assistant, give it to me. And then you have the Princess of Jordan that literally hired a lawyer just to talk to me because she doesn't talk to people like me. And that's fine. We could talk about those kind of obstacles. But no, that just prepared me for when I started working with celebrities. Celebrities, that's an obstacle. Now it's a movie. I decided to make custom candles for a living. Great. They ended up in the hands of Khloe Kardashian, LeBron James, Kevin Hart, Nene Leakes, Food God, Trina, Don Lamar, Rico Love, even a concierge who put them in the hands of, I think it was the world's first trillionaire 10 years ago. Now I'm doing events on my own. Now I know celebrities in the area. Now I'm in Miami. Do we talk about the challenges working with celebrities? I was the first person to create events with more than one headline. I was the first person to bring Nipsey Hussle to South Beach, Nipsey Hussle, French Montana. Then I started doing events, Nipsey Hussle, French Montana, Big Sean. And I thought I was the greatest, so I decided to go for the big dogs. Now I want to book Frank Ocean at the weekend, and I get scammed at over 25,000 US dollars cash out of my pocket. We could talk about financial obstacles. Nope, everybody's been through that. Talk about tasting dirt, public shaming, all of Miami know that I've been through. It's kind of embarrassing, but don't want to talk about it. More entrepreneurial challenges. After that, I decided to come home and open up a health spa. And what is my top product? Sauna wraps. I'm selling sweat to Bahamians. We can talk about those entrepreneurial challenges. P.S. that worked. Okay, it was great. I made decent amount. However, COVID hit. We could talk about COVID struggles that went through as an entrepreneur. But we've all been entrepreneurs. We're all entrepreneurs in our own life. Everybody knows that one, so we're not going to go there. That's fine. I've listed about 6 challenges so far: financial, depression, racism, being the underdog, abandoned, overwhelmed. I didn't even get into divorce, heartbreak, assault, all of the assaults. No, let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to life and death. Okay, so picture this with me. You're in a movie now. We're going from Nassau to Fort Lauderdale. We've all done this. Get on a plane. As you're walking off the plane into the airport, we're here in Fort Lauderdale. There's a door. As soon as you open up the door, there's like an alarm, a light that goes off. Doors open up, the alarm goes off. For some reason, my heart jumps. As it jumps, everything starts to turn black. Everything's fading. There's a first row of chairs. Let me stumble over to the chairs. So now you're with me. Close your eyes. I need you to close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Follow that air in through your nose, down into your lungs, fill it up, come back out through your mouth. Everybody's screaming around, are you okay? Is everything okay? Is she okay? Don't mind them. Just keep breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Flutter your eyes open. Flutter your eyes open. People are still in your face. Are you okay? Is she okay? Do we need to call somebody? Don't worry about them. What we just did was meditation. When the world is crazy, when you're stressed, when you're about to pass out, just take a second and breathe. That moment actually turned into a deep vein thrombosis, which in turn led to a pulmonary embolism in my lungs. They rushed me into emergency surgery where I was awake for about 2.5 hours, where they went through my groin, into my heart, into my lungs, pulled out about a 7-inch blood clot. While I was 7 weeks pregnant. Wait. Then I had to carry around an oxygen tank for about 3 months just to be airlifted from Nassau to Miami about 3 months later in September with my kid that was due in December, now born on my birthday. But we're not going to talk about those obstacles. It's easy. So how do I overcome obstacles? How do I surmount? How do you surmount? By doing what every other Black ancestor, female ancestor has given before me, has taught me. There's only one way, and that is through. Challenges are not planned, they're not scheduled. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. You're not promised a life without valleys, but you're promised you won't walk through them alone. So just keep swimming, just keep praying, just keep breathing. Thank you.
Let's go to that event. Those nothing from brothers. Those last. You don't have enough problems.
Right. Are you ready for your first challenge of the evening?
What?
Ready, you're ready.
All right. Toastmaster Rose. Please give us 3 statements about yourself. They're going to be true, one is going to be a lie. Yes, those who guess which ones is the lie will have a chance to win an opportunity
Oh, yeah.
to put their name in a raffle of this very beautiful golden thermos with Bahamas Business Solution on it. You will. Well, let's listen to the statements first, and you're gonna have to text them in the group.
Statement 1. I've been wearing glasses for 24 years. Statement 2. My favorite color is green.
What?
My favorite color is green. Okay. And statement 3. I like wearing flip-flops. I like wearing shoes. Which one's a lie?
Last one.
Last one.
Good, thank you. Shoes.
And then
Good.
it's just
All right,
the lies.
we
the
need to put them
lies.
in the group. All right, everybody. Is statement 1, statement 2, statement 2, or statement 3 the lie? Please text it into the Cable Revolutionaries WhatsApp group. Those who get it right. Those who get it right. But we didn't do a raffle, did we? We did. Madam Treasurer, do you have pieces of paper for Madam Sergeant at Arms? Where we can write the names of the person who get it right? Okay. So we've gotten all of responses. Great, everything 2. Okay. Anybody else? We had 1, 2, 3, 4 responses. 5.
Just relax.
Huh? If you are. Did you say them again? Yeah, you can say them again.
So statement 1.
You'll be wearing glasses for 24.
Oh, yes, I was thinking about 24, 25 years,
24 years.
Statement 2. My favorite color is green. Statement 3. I don't like wearing shoes.
So.
He said 25. You repeated 25 when he said 24.
Which one's a lie, guys?
Number 1.
Am I a good liar?
1 or 3? Okay. I don't know. All right, so almost all of the, okay, Tony Comer, good one, okay. All right, so tell us, Toastmaster Rose, which one of the 3 is a lie?
Well, just to let you guys know, I'm 29, and I got my first pair of glasses when I was 5.
Yeah.
So, 24 years.
Okay, so that's right, okay, that's correct, that's the truth, okay.
If you know me outside of work, I'm not wearing shoes. So, I used to wear flip-flops as a kid, so I could feel like I'm not wearing shoes. In fact, I wear like a lot of light shoes, so it's like I'm wearing. So, statement 3, that's the truth. Green. Wow, this is awkward. I picked this up.
I was trying to figure that out.
There's nothing even in it.
That's why I thought it was true.
Silver. It's the color.
I thought it was.
Alright, so let's
Too good a lie.
see, who got number 2?
Nobody.
No, yes, we have Trevonia
I
Carey said
picked
number 2 is a
number 2.
lie. Tatiana Amberstar said number 2 is a lie. So we'll put those names in,
So I'm writing.
yeah, Tatiana Amberstar.
I never saw him wear green.
And Trevonia Carey
Those are the ones.
are the 2 persons who are going to
Yes, wait.
contest for this. Thank you very much. All right. Our next prepared speaker has a big challenge. At least every 2 weeks. Hold on, is she on? Yes, she is. Yes. When it's time to pay all Cable Bahamas employees. He has overcome the challenge of being our club president twice. And when I asked her to give me a challenge he has overcome, she told me that some years ago on a Wednesday, her father, who is a pastor, told her he wanted to start a 30-minute TV program to air that Sunday. She had no prior experience in television or editing, but she took up the challenge and made it happen in 3 days. And it was a good production. When I asked her to give me a challenge she wishes to overcome, he mentioned that a challenge she is working on is maintaining a healthy work-life balance because she is very driven at work, but needs to focus more on prioritizing tasks and setting clear boundaries to stay productive, avoid burnout. This evening, she's speaking from the Pathways Persuasive Influence Path on 11.3 project called Focus on the Positive. Her speech title is The Advantage of Obstacle with a Twist. She may speak for 2 to 3 minutes or for 5 to 7 minutes, according to Pathways. Let's give our second prepared speaker a round of applause.
Can you hear me?
Toastmaster Shanika, distinguished Toastmaster Shanika Pinder. Sorry, yes, we can hear you.
Can you see me well?
Yes, my glasses, yes.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Let me start with a quick question. Have you ever had a week where everything was going just fine and then suddenly everything wasn't? I'm talking about the kind of week where your alarm doesn't go off, your car stopped working, or you get a flat tire. You missed an important meeting, your computer crashed, you forget to pay your light bill, and you find yourself in darkness. And guess what? You work from home. All of your plans fall apart. And by Wednesday, you're not just looking up by the sky, but you're glaring. Okay, what exactly is going on here? Yeah, that kind of challenge. Now, in those moments, nobody says, wow, what a fantastic growth opportunity. No, we say things like, what is happening here? Why now? And if you were me, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke all unforeseen forces coming against me. But what if that is the problem? What if the issue isn't the challenge? What if it's our expectation that life is supposed to run smoothly in the first place? Because the truth is, challenges don't interrupt life. They are part of it. And here's the unexpected angle I want to explore today. What if challenges aren't here to stop you, but to shape you? Now, I know nobody likes the idea. We don't wake up excited for difficulty. Nobody set goals like, this year, I really want more stress. But whether we like it or not, challenges shows up anyway. And they don't wait until you're ready. They don't send a calendar invite. They don't ask for permission. They just appear like surprise guests. No call, no text, just, I'm here. And now you have to deal with them. But here's where it gets interesting. Most of us treat challenges like bad weather, something to wait out, complain about, or avoid altogether. But what if challenges aren't interruptions? What if they're actually assignments? Now, I know nobody likes assignments. The moment you hear the word, you remember school, deadlines, group projects where you did all of the work. But think about it. Every challenge shows up with a purpose. Because let's be honest, comfort has never taught us anything. Comfort is nice. We all love comfort. Comfort is the friend that says, you've done enough. Just relax. Take it easy. Challenges are the other friend, the one that says, get up. We're not done yet. And that friend, annoying but necessary, because you don't discover your strength when everything is easy. You discover it when life hits you with something unexpected. And your first thought is, I was not prepared for this. And then somehow you figure it out anyway. That's the interesting part about challenges. They don't wait for you to be ready. They just show up like surprise guests. I'm here. And now you have to adjust. You have to think differently, move differently, grow, whether you plan to or not. But here's where most people get it wrong. We spend so much time trying to escape challenges that we miss what they came to give us. Every challenge carries something valuable. Sometimes it's discipline, sometimes it's patience, and sometimes it's a lesson in humility. And those one hurts a little bit more. And sometimes it's simply proof that you're stronger than you thought. But you only get the lesson if you stay in it long enough. If you rush out too quickly, if you just complain your way through it, you leave empty-handed. I had a friend, I can say going on 8 years, every year she's in the same situation every time. Now I'm telling her something she isn't learning, but hard-headed as she is, she's believing she's doing the right thing and bam, same challenge, no growth. Because she doesn't listen, she doesn't get what it is teaching her. And then life, very, very kindly, will send her another one. Because apparently life believes in retakes. Now here's the real twist. Sometimes the biggest challenge isn't the situation, it's the story we tell ourselves about it. If you tell yourself this is too much, your energy drops. If you tell yourself, why me? Your focus shifts to frustration. But if you tell yourself, this is shaping me, everything changes. Now you're not just going through something, you're growing through it. You're developing skills, resilience, perspective, things you can't learn any other way. Because let's be real, nobody signs up for growth. Nobody wakes up and says, you know what I need today? A good challenge. No, we want progress, success, and peace. But growth usually shows up disguised as pressure. So maybe overcoming challenges isn't really about getting to the other side as fast as possible. Maybe it's about asking better questions while you're in it. What is this teaching me? What do I need to develop? Who am I becoming through this? Because at the end of the day, challenges don't just test you. They reveal you. They reveal your strength, your mindset, your ability to adapt when things don't go according to plan. And most importantly, they reveal that you are capable of more than you thought, capable of rising, capable of learning, capable of becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. And when you start to see the challenges not as obstacles, but as builders, you stop fearing them and you start using them. So here's your challenge. The next time life throws you a curveball, don't dodge it. Lean in. Ask, what can I learn? How can I use this? Take that step today. Face it head on and surmount those pesky obstacles. Yes, even the ones that show up uninvited, while building the stronger, smarter version of yourself that's been waiting all along. An African proverb says, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. Mr. Chair?
My second request speaker, second round of applause. Right. Are you ready for your second challenge?
Yes. You think?
Right. Yes, we got things. So. Toastmaster. Sandia Paul. Please think of on a number and tell me in secret. A two-digit number. And tell me in secret. All that. Or you can write it here. Whenever anybody can see it. Those eating chips, popcorn, etc. Must count the chips left on their plate and text the number to the group. Once you are done, the secret number will be revealed. And we will announce the winner of things, and they are gonna have the opportunity of picking a prize from the prize bag. So.
Many numbers.
I got 23. Okay, so let's monitor the group. Okay, so Dion has 0, okay? So he automatically loses because we have a two-digit number.
That was 0.
All right, let me see responses. All right. We have 0, 27, 42.
What about our guests?
Oh, yeah.
Our guests have 0, so they're not able to come here and pick up, unfortunately.
No, we have guests at the table.
Oh, the guests, yeah, the table. Oh, okay,
You can guess online.
give us your number, please.
I would say 50.
50?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say guest Thompson.
Yes, sir.
After I get some of the numbers.
50. Okay. Right. Okay, Denisha Adderley, our guest. Tell us what number.
Good
equate
evening,
to
everyone.
whatever
I'll
you-
say 37.
37. 37. Okay. 37. What was the name of the guest on Zoom?
Adderley.
Adderley. 37. Okay. So I think we got all of our answers.
I got one more guess.
One more guest.
Roll, 28.
And your name?
Roll.
Roll.
That's fine.
Yes. Roll.
I got 27. Roll.
27. All right. Oh, 27 as well as.
No, she has 28.
Oh, she has 28. Oh, sorry. She's 28. Okay. Let's see. And the winner will be the one who's closest to the chosen number. The number is 13.
I thought you were not either.
Oh.
The double this.
And I'm paying one of the prizes.
It's one present.
Really?
This video like this is something sweet.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the Bible?
Yes,
Next
of
up,
course, of course.
Box now.
Master, look at Master, look at
Who am I supposed to look? Let me see. Let's see. Okay, let's pick the first thing in. Let's see. Oh.
I guess that's a French soap.
Thank you, sir.
Paris.
Wow.
Yeah.
From Paris. Okay.
All right.
Right? But Kevin always brings things.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, sir.
All right, our third presenter is no stranger to this club. He has served in new capacities since joining our club, including being a mentor to several. When I asked this distinguished Toastmaster about one challenge he has overcome, he responding, making the under-12 boys soccer team at St. Andrew's School. When I asked him what a challenge he wishes to overcome, he says, the mental block of completing his first book. Fellow Toastmasters, speaking under the theme, 1,000 miles begins with mentorship. Let's put our hands together and welcome distinguished Toastmaster Leon Quebec.
Tonight I'm challenged to speak from the fourth space of motivational strategies. This assignment ironically came about as a result of last night. The speech I would like to suggest I have lived for the better portion of my adult life. Guidance provided by a mentor, especially an experienced person. I'm going to hang my hat on that particular word, experience. And as I began to dive into unboxing this topic of mentorship and talking about, because we normally, in fact, last night, the table talks question was, the journey begins, 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And some Toastmasters in here ably spoke to that. But here's what came to mind. Experience. Mentor. And then I had to pause and kind of go into that realm of Tharos or Webster and pull out something that wasn't clear to me. And here's what I understood. Mentoring is a reciprocal learning relationship where more experience, here's that word again, individuals guide, support, and develop those less experienced persons through knowledge, sharing, advice, and role modeling. Mr. Chairman. I would put it to you tonight with great confidence that I didn't end up here by accident. I may not have chosen to be here, but I did not end up here by accident. I'm a mentor. I'm a mentor to One Line. And my mentee was to speak tonight. I want all mentors to hear this. I pulled my mentee from this podium tonight because they were not feeling well. And as a mentor, I always want my mentee to be at their best.
Yes.
And so I said to them, stand down. And causing them, or them receiving my wisdom, my advice, my experience, they said, okay. Now here comes the conundrum. I sat in a meeting on Tuesday, and I know how hard working BPE needed a speaker. And so I had no choice. Act 1, Scene 1, the responsible mentor. So who is the responsible mentor? Well, you notice I said this didn't happen by accident, and I didn't choose it. Last night, as I indicated, also cemented this understanding in my heart. Because here's the truth. Don't applaud me. I'm the end product of someone named Dorothy and someone named William. My parents. And have you ever met my parents? Especially my mom, her and Elizabeth of Windsor? We were friends. My mom spoke absolutely perfect English. And she demanded it. In fact, I know she demanded it because I had to go to extra English classes. Not because I was dumb, not because I was less than, because I was not her standard. Punishment. My friends were all playing basketball and softball and soccer, and I was developing my psychology. Gunpoint, perhaps. I was becoming future me. Experience. Mentor. My dad was slouch either. Very good communicator. And here's what I started to note. We talk about DNA. You get the height, you get the looks, you get the left foot, or you get the skill sets. Well, here's the skill set. Communication. I grew up in a house with excellent communicators. I had no choice. Ernesto grew up speaking Spanish. He had no choice. The DNA was set. The understanding, the mentorship was in place. Aha! So since I became an excellent communicator, guess what I did? I didn't excellent communicator. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, y'all think I'm good? Y'all think I'm a good speaker? Hey, in the shadow of my wife. She's an excellent orator. I'm somewhere in the shadows there. On the theater. Second act, we can talk about that in 2 minutes. And you know, it's a good time to go into the second act. The second act is if first act produce kind of a decent communicator, and a decent communicator gets crossed over with an excellent communicator, you're going to produce a communicator. Some of you know my son William.
Yes.
He got the skill sets of his mom. Honest God, you know, dad's kind of. So then I got to thinking, who's watching? And during my time as a president in another Toastmasters club, there was a young man who, when he tried to come into the club, Nestor would recall this, I rejected him. Told him, go finish your education first. Then come back to us if you're ready. His name, Alice Felicius. Stick with me here.
Yes.
Watch this picture. Who is Carlos' mom? And who is Carlos' dad? Mom, Reverend. Dad, Reverend Deacon James Felicius. Remember that crossover? Two communicators, and they produce a communicator. And then Carlos, same guy who I rejected, would go around whispering lies on me. And the lies were, I encouraged him to read. Now, remember what I said his folks were? The parents, academians. But he said, I encouraged him to read. Jokes. But I saw something else in preparing the speech. So Carlos, an excellent communicator, yes? Yes. Guess what Carlos did? He married an excellent communicator. There's something in the air. Y'all know about the deception. Y'all know about yes. Yeah, watch the flowers there. Y'all know about the philosophers? One begot the other. Socrates, Aristotle, Plato. Watch this. So Dorothy and William produced Dion. Dion was smart enough to marry Rionda, who produced William. Angela and James produced Carlos, who was extra smart to marry Anastasia, who got, just in case you all don't know who Star is, she got to the championships of public speaking, world championships. And Carlos is a pretty good speaker, but you notice, like me, he pales. And then here's the crescendo of this foundation. Last night, I judged the contest. And I saw an excellent rendition of an effective, powerful communicator. And he was sitting down in the audience. He was cheering. He was supporting. And it struck me. Well, if Dion came down, inspired Carlos, someone else would be lying on me, because they were lying here today. They told you that I inspired them through discipline. Well, guess what he did, Alex? What did he do? What did he do, Alex? What did he do, Alex? This communicator, what did he do?
Married a communicator?
And she was lying on him. Watch these communicators now. They can lie, boy. She tells you, last night she told the whole audience that she was schooling her girlfriend. And she was hot and that. And here was this fella who comes along, obviously a communicator, and inspires her to be more than she had required of herself.
Yeah. Her words.
So accepting the gospel according to Alex, that's mentorship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I took you down this hilarious path to show you a DNA pathway. We call it workflow. And here is the summary of this understanding. As a mentor, you and I are to meet them. Meet who? Anywhere. You never know who. You're to meet them. And when I say meet them, you're to meet them where they are. You're to recognize their skill sets and their weaknesses. You are to use your experience, and you referred this evening someone who spoke great experience. You're to share that experience with that person. You're to demonstrate that you care enough to want to see them move from good to better to best. And then use the experience to shape them. What I didn't know was I was shaping him so he could meet Alex, and she would think he was handsome. Push-ups was a requirement. Running extra miles was a requirement. Because this could be a long journey, chasing an excellent communicator. So therefore, he had to be in shape. Didn't receive it that like that at first, but he now understands. I cared about him. I was mentoring him. And then here's the greatest aspect of mentorship. And I want everyone to understand this. I never tried to make a mini me in Amar. You who are mentoring are not to make a minion or a mini you. You're to meet them, you're to shape them, and then you're to release them. Let them be and shine on their own. Be happy to support them, to encourage them, to help them when they fall, because they will fall. That's mentorship. And then here's the real kicker. If you remember anything I said, who's watching you? You say, what? Who is watching you every day and being inspired and transformed to a better self, a better version of themselves because of your activities, your behaviors, your silent mentorship? But I didn't say leadership, mentorship. Let's go back. Experienced persons through knowledge sharing, advice, and role modeling. Who's watching you? Very closely or from a distance? Who are you affecting? Day by day, night by night? Who recognizes you have presence and you've overcome insurmountable challenges near and far? For I know the plans I have for you. Clears. I get down. He didn't say, I know the plans I might have for you. He speaks singular. I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper and not to harm you. Jeremiah 29:11. Mentors, know the plans know that your job is to help your mentees to prosper, not to harm. Because I, under all circumstances, will survive my parents, normal circumstances, let me put it that way. My son, with my family photo. That's what you- All right, I'll listen to you when they say the parents come up, I in the photo. All right, I was there. I'm dad. My sons will, under normal circumstances, survive me. The mentorship of my parents to me, and the mentorship of me to Ma, his son or daughter, will far outlive me. But I will remember always the words of my parents. Mama honors me by always remembering the good and the bad of me. So therefore I shall live on into eternity because I was a good mentor and I was mentored by good people. And if you think about it, the total summation of you and I, that 1,000 miles, that started before we arrived, because Jeremiah says, I know the plans. He knew us before we arrived, but he knew us in the womb. The plans were to prosper, not to harm. So mentors, reach your horse. Mentors, understand your role and ensure that you don't leave a legacy, you start a legacy.
Well, Toastmasters, are you ready for your third challenge of the evening?
Yes, yes, we are.
Yes. All right, I need, unfortunately, people online cannot participate again. That's why you have to come to meeting, come to cable. In person. So I need a person to bring an ATM receipt to me to the lectern right now. Whoever has an ATM receipt. All right. This is not an ATM receipt. That's a receipt. I need an ATM.
Hi, Mr. Taylor.
From the ATM.
I say I'm gonna be better.
I need to see who ventures the middle of the night. Right.
In the middle of the night, the time stop.
I like the.
I hope I got a good balance on.
Yeah.
So you want,
Yes.
I get to see if you want.
Yeah, this is right after payday. I can see that. So, if they broke there. The opportunity to get your receipt back.
This must be my I win in everything. Let's go. There we go.
Right.
Jackie down.
You gonna buy pick the real thing. Extra. This is nice too.
I mean,
Right.
college, that's all.
Oh.
It is now report card day. In Toastmasters. You don't have to wait until report card day because every meeting we have report. And to bring us report card day is a member.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you what he told me about challenges.
Send it to me via WhatsApp. I could find it. Okay, here it is. All right. When I asked him one challenge he has overcome, he said, public speaking and making myself heard. I always struggle with both of those. And I finally started getting the hang of it, ensuring that happens. I asked him what challenge he wishes to overcome. He says, I want to trust myself and my ideas more. As I grow, he's only like 6'4". I'm coming face to face with more decisions. And I need to trust that I have the ability.
To be or not to be.
No, I want to have the ability to either make the right decision, or find help to make the right decision. I need to be more decisive. And let us welcome him. You know who he is, our general evaluator, Toastmaster Charles Rose.
Oh. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Madam VP, for calling me this afternoon. As you said before, I have the honor of serving as your general evaluator tonight. So for those who aren't aware, it is my job to basically guide the report card season. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we're taking a lot of steps. We're surmounting a lot of challenges tonight because every challenge is surmountable.
Yes.
Now, just to get everyone aware of the order, how we are presenting, I will be evaluating our lexicologist, then our table topics master, and then our first speaker. And then I will call on my team, Toastmaster Tanya Miller and Toastmaster Sandia Paul, to evaluate our two additional speakers. Toastmaster Mark Pearson to evaluate our additional speakers. So, see? We just now, and then I'll be calling on our timer, our grammarian, our counter, and then our timer. Everyone ready? So who's ready to find out how we did on actually getting through our challenges?
Ready.
Now, let's begin with our lexicologist, Toastmaster Tony Comer. I was testing everyone. And some of you overcame the challenge. Toastmaster Christine Sweetie, I want to congratulate you on your time at the lectern, and I could honestly tell the amount of experience you have at this lectern, because that lexicology session was fun. I really enjoyed how interactive all of it was, and I actually wanted to take part in it a bit more, but some people got the word a bit too fast for the spoke people in the world. Now, I will say if I was to judge you on anything on your further lexicology sessions, it would be to use more examples of the word in sentences, or to use different derivatives of the sentence, of the word.
Big word.
Yeah.
It was surmount, and that is a very good word for tonight, and a very applicable word to most of our vocabulary. So if we know different forms of it, it would be easier for us to intertwine it in our daily lives. Otherwise, good job, distinguished Toastmaster Christine Sweetie. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Let's look forward to our table topics master, or our table topics contest winner. We have the future distinguished Toastmaster, Alex Pearson.
Yes.
Toastmaster Pearson, every time I see you at the lectern or in any speaking capacity, I'm always taken aback by the presence you have and the way that you can actually control the room. Excellent job. The way the questions you asked, the how timely they were, and the people you asked. The fact that you used our president and our VPE to I've seen initial examples for how to answer a table topics question. Good, excellent. The way you warned the guests that they don't have to answer the questions at that length. You know our president can be kind of verbose. Excellent job. The way you control the room to make everyone feel calm and comfortable as they get and stay prepared to answer those questions. In fact, I was a bit jealous because I did not get a question. But that was good. Exactly. You're thinking. Excellent job. In fact, if I was to caution you for anything in the future, it would be. Don't be so awesome. I can't say that. It would be to finish as you start. You started strong, finish stronger. Excellent job. I look forward to seeing it. Now, you will get into our speakers. Again, the order will be as follows. I will evaluate our first speaker, Antonio Comer. Then our second speaker, Tanya Miller, will evaluate Distinguished Toastmaster Shanika Pinder. And Toastmaster Mark Pearson will evaluate Distinguished Toastmaster Dion Caudette. All right, so let's get started. Toastmaster Antonio Comer. I want to tell you excellent job as you make your maiden voyage at the lectern. And exactly that, excellent job. I really enjoyed your speech. In fact, that popcorn was gone halfway through your speech. I was taken aback by the way you presented that speech. In fact, I got some advice in my early in my Toastmaster career that I should make every speech a performance, and that was exactly that. Excellent job. If I was to caution you, the way you used the body language to actually bring your speech across, the way you use tone. You usually don't find a lot of Toastmasters early in their careers who actually know how to use tone effectively. However, Ms. Comer, I had to find things to say. If I was to say anything, it would be to look more at the structure of your speech.
Yeah.
Your speech went into a lot of different challenges and basically focused through your whole life story. However, I did get lost somewhere in there. So as you go forward in the future, find a way to frame that a bit more and give it a bit more structure while keeping that flair. Because you want to keep that personal touch to your speech. Otherwise, good job. I look forward to hearing you in the future. Now we will have our second evaluator Toastmaster, Tanya Miller, evaluating Distinguished Toastmaster, Shanika Pinder.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Distinguished Toastmaster, Shanika Pinder. It was a joy to listen to you speak from the virtual lectern once again. Your speech was aligned with tonight's theme from beginning to end. Your focus on the positive. You ensured that you were properly heard and that your position, you were well positioned in the camera's frame. You engaged the audience with your almost preaching style and even got a few amens. Your facial expression, your body language, and your hand gestures matched your words. You had great vocal variety. I like also that you did your speech, you were standing. Normally, sometimes when persons are on the Zoom, they do a lot of sitting, but you were able to stand, and it added to your speech a lot more. Some of the things that really stood out to me with your speech: comfort never taught us anything. Start seeing the positive side of challenges. And when life throws you a curveball, don't dodge. If I were to say something to you, it would be just to pause a bit so it could be an even better flow with your speech. Otherwise, super enjoyable speech, and I look forward to seeing you at the virtual or in-person lectern again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pinder. Distinguished Toastmaster Pinder, I second all of her comments, and I fully agree. The way you use the speaking area at your location, excellent. Usually, it's very hard for people presenting online to actually find a way to keep centered, and the way you did that while standing, good technique for the future. In fact, I wrote that down for something I will do whenever I'm presenting like this in the future. In fact, if I was to ask you to do anything in the future, it would be to make your presence felt in the meeting, because a speech like that, it would do a lot better in person. You are an excellent speaker and you have a very conversational tone. In fact, you have a very natural way of speaking. Your type of speech, the type of speech you presented would have done very well here, because we would have actually connected with you one-on-one. Excellent job. I look forward to hearing you in the future. Now, we'll get to our final speaker, the Ghetto himself. Being evaluated by his mentee, our own president, Toastmaster Amar Pearson, we have distinguished Toastmaster Dion Gaudet.
A mentor doesn't give you answers. They simply upgrade questions that you live with. Well, Toastmasters and guests, this evening, distinguished Toastmaster Gaudet's role was to motivate us. And I believe that he did do that job. He motivated us. He had great vocal variety, great body language, and his gestures made it seem like he was having an actual conversation with us. His tone throughout his presentation was one of the things that stood out to me, because it had a conversational style that made you want to listen, almost like someone was telling a story in a storybook. He opened with the reason he was at the lectern. He spoke about his mentee, who is on the Zoom because she's feeling unwell. And he took the role as a mentor to take her place when she couldn't be there herself. He further went into more stories showing us how 1 + 1 can equal 3. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I'm a Toastmaster, so I'm good at English. And after that, something interesting happened. It was almost as if it became impromptu, and he told us about an experience he had last night. And from that experience, he gave us 3 points to back it up. He spoke about his upbringing, his son's upbringing, and finally, CTM Fallacious. And it all surmounted to his final point, a certain someone and a certain someone in the audience. While it was easy to listen and understand exactly what he wanted to get across, it was 20 minutes long. Now, I don't know if anyone else felt like 20 minutes, but DJ Gordon, I want you to understand that while persons in the audience can feel comfortable listening to a story like that, we have persons on Zoom. At the time when you started, we had about 9 persons on Zoom and we lost 2. This can possibly be a result of the speech being so long that you had them hooked. And just like many fishermen, they lost that fish. As an experienced coach, you know what it means to communicate effectively, because certain people don't have such long attention spans. In addition to that, what I think could take this speech to the mountaintop is by giving us a call to action of how to become an excellent mentor and also an excellent communicator. We spoke about the multiple communicators in the speech, but what happens to persons who aren't born from communicators? What can we then do? Could we join Toastmasters? Could we try to find and finesse someone who is a great mentor, who is a great speaker, and figure out how we can become a great speaker that way? I think if you gave us an actual call to action, letting us know explicitly how we ourselves can become better mentors or a better communicator, this message could resound or could resonate even more. However, as usual, I don't think anyone in this room would would have realized that was 20 minutes. That's how comfortable the room felt, and that's how much your story actually resonated with us. I think if you take all of these points, this speech can surmount any challenge and turn it into an opportunity to either become a preacher or to become a marriage counselor. Because it's clear that you have helped certain people in the audience to gain the attributes required to become someone who contributes to society. All in all, distinguished Toastmaster Gaudette, as usual, you come to the lectern and you always leave us with something to learn and to take home. I've now gone over my time, so clearly that was something but thank you for your presentation. Back to you, Mr. G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pearson. And in fact, good catch on that one. You did go overtime. You did go overtime. Wow. Distinguished Toastmaster got it. I want to tell you, all of us look up to you. So when we have one Toastmaster not doing his job, it gives out the rest of us excuses not to do our job. We all have a time limit to do our speeches. In fact, our icebreaker speech had to be 4 to 6 minutes, and the rest of our speeches had to be 5 to 7 minutes. If we don't get within that time limit, what are we doing? We are not being effective communicators, and we are not accomplishing the goals that we set. Another very important part of your speech is your speech left me with a certain thought. When does a man actually truly die? Does he die when he actually dies, or when his ideas die? Your speech perfectly recreated the idea of planting seeds in the future. I really enjoyed that part of your speech because, in fact, when I was listening to your speech, I was thinking about the kid I mentor. I was thinking about that because I had to learn that exact lesson of just meet them where they are and just leave them alone and let them go where they need to go. I really enjoyed your speech, and in fact, if your speech was between the 5 to 7 minutes, it would have been good. It would have been perfect. My book. But that's fine. You'll learn next time. Thank you. I'll look forward to seeing you in the future. Now let's hear from let's evaluate our good chairman. My good chairman. Excellent meeting. The way you control this meeting and the way you control the energy in the room, masterful. I could really see the years of experience that you've had in Toastmasters and how they have affected you with operating in these different roles. If I'm going to caution you on anything, one, buttering up the GE with the challenges. Oh, you're lucky I had fun. But that was it. That's a very fun meeting. In fact, I almost didn't recognize that you didn't have any jokes during this meeting. Whoa. But then I realized your use of wit, your use of timing, it truly made the lack of jokes really effective. You didn't really miss one. In fact, if I'm going to challenge you on anything, it would just be to attempt making that joke that is meant to be a joke.
Yes.
Otherwise, good job. I look forward to seeing you at the lectern again. Yes. Now let's hear from our grammarian, where we will get our English reports for the week. Distinguished Toastmaster Christine Sweeting, or Toastmaster Sandia Paul.
Yes. Well, Toastmasters and guests, I am Toastmaster Sandia Paul, and this evening I will be aiding our lexicologists with the grammarian's report. For the purpose of our guests, our lexicologist also serves as the grammarian. This evening, her word of the day was surmount. As grammarian, it is a grammarian's duty to comment on the use of English during the meeting, including misuse of words, incorrect pronunciation, uses of cliches, and poor sentence structure, as well as any interesting or unusual or particularly effective uses of speech. This evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, we have recorded 4 members of the club using the word of the day. We have Toastmaster Alex Pearson, Toastmaster Charles Rose, Distinguished Toastmaster Shanita Pinder, and Toastmaster Tony Culmer. Did I miss anybody, fellow Toastmasters? Yes. We're now going to add to our report Distinguished Toastmaster Dion Gadet and our President, Toastmaster Amar Pearson.
I said the word first.
You did. You shall make the report, Toastmaster Gangara. And for the purpose of our guests, it's very important because these serve as history books. So when you go back and you turn the pages, you would have seen who was at meeting and how did they contribute. Now, for the real part, for the meat of the report, our grammatical errors. We could talk about that later. I believe this distinguished Toastmaster wanted to say, we'll talk about that later. Am I correct, distinguished Toastmaster? Go there.
Depends on which part in Providence you're in.
I know. As we all know, there's a time for everything, but in Toastmasters, colloquialism is not the time. We have Toastmaster Alex Pearson. What do you know? I believe Toastmaster Pearson wanted to say, what did he do? That's her words. That's her words. I believe that is what distinguished Toastmaster Christine Sweeting wanted to say. Yes. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, here ends the grammarian's report.
Let's go to our grammarian and her assistant.
Yes.
We will now hear from our counter, Toastmaster.
Yes. Cash.
Yeah, Gregory Cash, making his maiden voyage as counter.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Toastmaster Gregory Cash, and I want to first apologize as my computer camera is not working this evening, so you cannot see my face. But I am your counter for this evening. For the purpose of our guests, our counter is to notice or recall words that are used as a crust or pearl filler, such as etc., by anyone who speaks. The report is as follows. Toastmaster Tatiana and Bristol used the word once. Toastmaster Sophia Carey used the word once. And I myself want to be accountable and say that I also used the word once. There were no other notices this evening, and everyone did an amazing job. Here is the kind of report. Thank you, everyone.
Good job, Toastmaster Cash, especially on your maiden voyage tonight.
Yes.
We will now hear from our timer, Toastmaster Tatiana Brister.
Good evening, everyone. The timer is responsible for tracking how long each speaker takes and signaling when they reach the key time limits. The time is here as follows. The meeting started on time at 6 o'clock. I would like to call it the opening was 3 minutes long. And Amar spoke about the late, I think it's the late, I forgot what it called. But absence. The late absence is for 1 minute and 8 seconds. Charles' reading of minutes took 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Amar correction of minutes took 52 seconds. Ernesto's congratulations speech 57 seconds. Amar Matter arising, 18 seconds. Amar theme, mentioning the theme of today and discussing it was 1 minute and 6 seconds. Sandia spoke 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Ernesto again spoke 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Christine, being the lexicologist, spoke 5 minutes and 38 seconds. Ernesto once again spoke 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Alex, table topics, spoke 17 minutes and 49 seconds. Ernesto spoke again 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Tony Coma, icebreaker, spoke 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Ernesto challenge section 1 took 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Charles playing a part of Ernesto's first challenge took 40 seconds. Shanika Pinder speech was 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Ernesto second challenge was 6 minutes and 28 seconds. Dion Gordet spoke 20 minutes and 21 seconds. Ernesto third challenge was 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Charles' general evaluation took 16 minutes and 51 seconds. Tanya's evaluation took 1 minute and 7 seconds. Amar evaluation was 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Sandia grammarian report was 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Gregory Catch countdown was 1 minute and 4 seconds. This ends the reading of the time.
Excellent job, Toastmaster and Brewster, and that for a very thorough report. Wow. In fact, there's nothing I can really add to that. So, on that note, I will now yield the lectern to our good chairman, Distinguished Toastmaster Gondura. You.
Thank you. Okay. I expected that was going to be required of me.
Okay.
I am not a joke teller. I use wit, I use the energy in the room, and I laugh at things that are happening in my brain automatically feels a joke. But trying to reproduce something that somebody already said before in the past is not my forte, but I accept the challenge. So I went on Google, I went on ChatGPT, I went on all these places, and all of the jokes were so stale. Oh my God. So anyway, I just grabbed one. I spoke about challenge, and I'm going to try to tell it in a funny way, and I pray that you will laugh. So, the joke is called the gym challenge. And it says, I once decided to overcome the challenge of getting in shape. I went the first day, took pictures. Second day, bought new workout clothes. The third day, I drove to the parking lot and felt accomplished. By week 2, I realized the real challenge wasn't lifting weights. It was lifting my commitment. Growth hurts, but so does the cancellation fee. It's my joke. As we come to the end of tonight's meeting under the theme Overcoming Challenges, I invite you to reflect on what we witnessed here this evening. We saw courage. We saw preparation, meeting opportunity. We saw speakers step into vulnerability and evaluators offering insights that sharpen, not shatter, because that's what this environment is designed to do. Stretch us safely. Challenges are not interruptions to our growth. They are the growth. Every speaker tonight overcame something. Nervousness, self-doubt, time constraints, mental blocks, maybe even the challenge of getting here after a long day. And yet, here we are, stronger than we were 2 hours ago. I had written 90 minutes ago. Overcoming challenges doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like raising your hand for table topics when your heart says no. Sometimes it looks like accepting feedback with humility. Sometimes it simply looks like coming back next week. And here's the powerful truth. The more challenges you overcome in this room, the more confidently you overcome them outside of this room. Because Toastmasters is not about speeches only. It's about resilience. It's about leadership. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't run from discomfort, but grows through it. So whatever challenge you're facing right now, personal, professional, or Toastmasters related, I encourage you, lean into it. The obstacle may be standing in your way, but it may also be standing in your path. And those are two very different things. Thank you for your energy, your courage, and your commitment to grow. BPE.
Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and our most welcome guests.
Good evening.
Overcoming challenges. This evening, you've witnessed persons overcoming the challenge of coming behind this lectern to prepare and present to all of us for our growth and to edify us. We thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we hope, members, that you will be reaching out to the VPE committee to be behind the lectern again very, very, very soon. A special congratulations to most of our persons on their maiden voyage. Tony. We have Toastmaster Charles Rose serving as General Evaluator for the very first time this evening. And we have one of our esteemed members who serve as their maiden voyage tonight, but I will allow them to tell their story. Toastmaster Tanya Miller for the very first time as evaluator. And she did a very good job this evening.
Yeah.
So thank you all so very much for your presentations this evening. Yes, lots of challenges, and the road is different for every one of us. We now yield the lectern to my president, your president, Toastmaster Amar Pearson.
Good evening once more, fellow Toastmasters and guests. In the essence of time, I will try to get through the business session as quick as possible. So we'll open up with leading outside the club. Leading outside the club.
President.
Toastmaster Sandia Hall.
Thank you for the acknowledgement, Mr. President. I had the wonderful opportunity to connect with the young ladies of Miss Teen Bahamas to help share tips on public speaking and especially as relates to answering and responding to their interview questions. After the session, we were able to do, well, during the session, we were able to do a table topic session where they all did very well. And as a result of this presentation, I've been invited to serve as a judge at their event in 2 weeks.
Outside the club. Mr.
President, I had the pleasure of being honored last Saturday by Club 1600 in a tournament that was honoring 4 past presidents, and I was chosen to be one of the 4. I had my own team who battled against 3 other teams, and fortunately we became 3rd place. But I had the opportunity to name my team, and I gave them the proper name of Gangsters. And they were almost yes, they were almost victorious on 3rd place. So that was what leading outside was a little satisfies.
Yes, the Gangsters beat the last year's champion, so that's a win in itself. Being outside the club. Well, for Toastmasters, if she doesn't say it, I'll say it. Toastmaster Alex Pearson won the international speech contest for Division F, and she will be moving on to the district level in Florida. Yes, so we also had Toastmaster Cynthia Miller, who competed. She represented the club and herself well as well. I also judged this past Tuesday at the Junior Minister of Tourism speech contest, and I also moderated the police speech contest today as well.
Nice.
Toastmaster Rose was also a judge yesterday for the Junior Minister of Tourism contest. Being outside the club, going once, going twice, gone. Community reports, communicate, going once, twice.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr.
Toastmaster Miller.
Just a reminder to use a few. Deadlines, speeding. Speeding waters.
DTM Sweden.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want everybody to put your phones down. I have a special announcement. I want you to miss this next week. Next week.
Oh, next week?
Yes, next week. We will be celebrating birthdays, victories, anniversaries. So I need you to be here. Not on Zoom. You'll miss it. So those who are on Zoom, come down to Cable Revolutionaries. Come down. So we'll have our cake. We have a special guest who's already consented that he's going to be here to provide us with some music. Okay. So please come out so we can celebrate. Yes. Celebrate. Good. Next week.
Yes. So for the information for our guests, so usually at the end of the month, we have someone who comes in and perform for us. We have food, we have celebrations, we have a big meeting. So that will be next week. That is going to be March the 26th. Yes, March the 26th.
Yeah.
So look forward to having you guys here as well, back in the audience, and also those on Zoom. We look forward to seeing you guys here in person with us, so you can truly experience what a meeting at Cable Revolutionaries Club 259-1529 is like. Community reports, communicate, going once, going twice, go on. Other business, going once. We team got that.
Mr. President, I would wish to go on record, quickly say to my colleague, fellow Toastmaster, Shri Kapinda, I am putting in voice dibs to book you to speak to my team. You have gone past the dog speech. You are now in another echelon of speaking, in my humble opinion. And I wish to have you speak to my team on the same topic and values that you expressed tonight. I think your speech really resonated with me and persons who need to get that understanding that comfort is doing nobody. And I know someone need to hear this, is speaking into the spirit. Comfort is doing nobody any good. Absorb the challenge, embrace the challenge, overcome the challenge. So I thank you for that presentation this evening, and we can talk. And you ain't get duck out on this. You come in to train. Thank you much.
Other business going once, going twice. Go on. Announcements. Announcements going once, going twice. Toastmaster Rose.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, for the last few months, well, I've been holding on to this announcement and just to announce it at the specific time, the night when it actually became official in my company. However,
you get married?
One thing, speak it out there so we can speak it into the distance. Let me find me a good community. But I got promoted.
The winning season. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm now a senior analyst for property and casualty analytics at Bahamas First, the number one insurance company in the Bahamas. To the skills I've learned in this club, and I thank you for that, Mr. President. Thank you.
President, congratulations to Toastmaster Rose. Last week, I got to watch the BAISS, otherwise known as the soccer. I'm not a soccer, but the honor.
Right now.
So they are. But here's what I pretty much share. First time, and I can't tell you how long I got to watch what Cable Bahamas carried. And afterwards, program came on that I kind of grew up watching English sitcom, Are You Being Served? Yes. And love the English. And I love this Toastmaster the same way, because as he spoke, I'm reminded of Captain Peacock. And that would be Toastmaster Charles Rose. If you guys ever get a chance to watch Are You Being Served? Charles Rose is Captain Peacock.
You're the good members. I am gonna watch that show. I'm gonna let you know how I'm supposed to take that information.
You will absorb that and you will laugh and go, he's right.
That information again, Mr. President. I will let you know.
I'm sure you will.
Sorry, didn't mention it earlier, just a reminder for Dollar Juice.
Dollar Juice. We'll try to get a quick raffle in.
Yeah, I did come in.
Do you remember that? Are you being served? Remember that name?
So we'll have a quick raffle pitch.
I grew up in Mexico.
Quick raffle pitch by Toastmaster Alex Person.
Yeah.
Give a clap real quick.
Fellow Toastmasters, and yes. What did I say during my table topic session?
Winning season.
It's winning season. And you are in the winning club.
Yes.
That means it's time to win, not just for you, but the club. When you contribute to the raffle, we all win. That's how we get our lovely snacks each meeting.
And that's how we keep this amazing club going. So we'll be doing a 50-50 raffle. You'll get 50% of whatever in the pot. Let's win tonight.
Some few goes around, we'll now move into announcements once more. Announcements going once, going twice. Go on. As that continues to go on, let's hear from our guests. So I think our guest on Zoom is gone. So let's hear from our guests in the audience. Don't look away. Susanna, let us know how it's feeling this evening. Who invited you? And are you going to come back next week for a big party?
I must say that the meeting was nothing short of amazing. There were some key points, and I am one who believes that everything happens for a reason. And I got some purpose being here tonight to know that don't just leave a legacy, but start it. And I think this is my start point. I've learned about Toastmasters through Theodore Seeley. Yes. So he would have spoken with you.
Well, he didn't, but
No way. I guess he didn't get the opportunity. But he told me to come to this one. From half of 5 of them.
I told him about
Someone was sitting in 19 minutes.
Yes, and our second guest, let us know how was the meeting this evening? Who invited you?
I was invited to LinkedIn, by the way.
Ah.
I started 2 weeks ago. This is my second time here. I enjoyed the meeting last week. This one, in my opinion, was even better. I definitely resonate with Mr. Is that last name?
Yeah.
Sorry. That I really enjoyed that. Not to create a legacy, but I mean not to leave one, but to create one. That definitely stuck to me. Also Ms. Conmore, I watched when she was, I guess, what I say, initiated. So just to hear her speech, it was excellent. I remember when you read up last week and you said that you were nervous, but during your speech, when you also said, I would say that the tone changed. I can hear the passion when you spoke about what you did, the celebrities, etc. And Ms. Fender, who was online, I love the fact that she included that biblical reference. So both actually resonated with me. So I enjoyed it.
Let's get their names on the dotted line. Let's get them in.
Yes.
Okay, so now I have the winners for this evening. For your speaker of the night, let me get a drum roll. You voted. Toastmaster Tony Culmer.
You guys!
And the people voted.
I'm crying.
Yes.
Yes.
And for your evaluator of the night, you voted Toastmaster Tanya Miller.
Congratulations. Oh, come on, you. Yes. And congratulations.
Congratulations. Do we have the raffle ready? Okay, so while that is being done.
Oh, we didn't raffle this too. Remember, we held two.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Only two people.
They're rock paper scissors. Who were they?
Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, it was
Tiana and Toastmaster Carrie.
Carrie, yes.
Yeah, the one. And the good GE Charles Rhodes.
What we can do is, we can hold this until they come in person.
Oh, yes.
And then they'll rock paper scissors.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's bring this back next week. Information Toastmaster Rose.
I'm already in person and I heard my name said I couldn't agree.
Information UTM Bongo was Toastmaster. You answer the questions, yeah?
What?
Hi. He may give us. Yeah, so you can take Toastmaster Rose. Okay. We'll have one of our guests.
This is fun.
We'll have one of our guests pick the raffle number.
Guess what?
What's wrong with it?
If Tanya win again, I'm not playing raffle no more.
You know what? I might win again.
Wait, you no way. I can go
Alright, number 453129.
See, if it's got.
453129.
See,
Never. I ain't playing that raffle no more. I ain't playing that raffle no more. The game is rigged. The game is rigged.
Hey, Tanya, spread
The game is rigged.
Wow.
At least six.
You going over?
I can.
Yeah, they can't play next week. They can't play
Tanya, wow.
Next week.
I know, right?
Can I have a motion for adjournment, please?
Mr. President, I move that we adjourn tonight's meeting until next week, Thursday, same time, 6 p.m. at a place to be provided by Caleb Bahamas in the
We have a second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that this meeting be adjourned until next week. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carried. I have to laugh, so I'll have to leave right away.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have to think of it. 8:31?
I know.
What?
That's what you're about.
They probably replaced it.
No, you're not.
Everybody speaking. Oh, you know what I mean, like, I mean, on the side of the whole speaker. Yeah.
That's fine.
Thank you all so very much for coming.
Thank you.
Rose, you coming back next week? I will be here.
Oh, yes, thank you for coming, sorry.
Yes.
The big one.
Very quick.
I
Oh,
don't.
so like an issue?
I'm sorry. Council, will you be here with us next week? I will. Yeah,
Alright, you are coming last
Sometimes you
week.
need it in the back, but once you come in, they walk you
I
everywhere.
got it sorted.
Okay, yes, thank you so much.
I need to go. I actually need to go. But how do you guys?
The truffle, I mean, the popcorn is truffle.
So the information is that we have, everything on the side. So we do, so we want to like rush it out. So I don't know, I had rushed out.
I walked around, make sure everything was in place.
Okay.
I didn't share with you on the.
Most you value.
Let's see that, go right there.
No, come more before you end this here.
Ready. Moved into
Understand.
do not break.
When they break. I'll also see what that's. Okay, next time.
We do, we get rid of it, eh? And that's, I like this, I like the, silver frogs.
Doesn't help.
I found it, and this one, trust me, this is brought the option on time and so forth, but I mean.
What is that? Same thing. Good meeting, everybody.
Yeah.
The VP committee appreciates your
contribution.
Call me anytime.
Make sure, don't forget, you're gonna go on pathways and complete your part so that it can go towards your progress. And so, Lisa, you wanna connect with your mentee?
I want you on that.
He's captain, he's captain.
Good night.
Go sit on, you'll see Charles in it.
Captain
Are you being served?
Congratulations, sir.
Again, call me anytime. I can do this.
Good night, Alex. No, I told her, she said she's very. They said we're there. They believe. That was a vote. Yeah.
Well, not yet. Exactly.
It makes the trophy, it makes it properly worth it, because with a day.
Said I committed and I didn't.
I mean, now. That's all I know.
Speak overnight 5 times,
Gotcha, I'm there.
it's gonna be the same thing.
I could say that.
Like,
really. After 7:30, you were. If you'd gone over 7:30, you'd have been disqualified. You must.
You fit, right? Yes.
Here we go. When I thought everybody had got it.
Yes.
You know, I mean, because, Miriam's girlfriend.
Okay, thank you.
I was like, huh? They just meet you. But there's I mean, the point that I can try and explain to them.
I'll take that and then it goes to the.
Don't get yourself, yes, I'm not the who you got.
The popcorn was good. This is
No, it's not.
I get.
I just.
Some of our, you know, like they reach out to you like, I'd be like, no. You will see. It almost comes on. It's the same.
Yeah, you gonna look back and be like, you
But,
don't have the floating trophy. No, the big, that's yours.
That's yours.
Ladies,
show divine what we want, you know, here.
She's gonna love that.
I appreciate
She's
you.
gonna freak out. My kid is gonna
So you
freak
can pony?
Yeah.
My kid.
Everybody this evening, whenever the problem like.
Thank you for the evaluation too. I really need that. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And the structure.
Okay.
Not until I was sitting here, I took my speech and gave it to ChatGPT and ChatGPT.
I don't remember some
speech and it broke down for me properly to give me the structure.
Like I say,
If I had to do it again, I.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I know. I didn't do that.
Mhm.
I was sitting down.
Even if you did, I'm gonna get that.
Sometimes presenting up there, you get into it.
Yeah.
And so I was.
Everything.
You know, and like you said.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I didn't want to picture, listen, this time.
It's all.
So, yeah, I said.
She called me there. I got to call you so you're good. So sorry.
Uh-huh.
Don't need it. A heads up. He's also found a replacement for you.
Yeah.
Do you know whose replacement is? Him. Your replacement. I
Yeah,
really appreciate that though.
but, things happen for a reason, and one of the good reasons was I actually was in the presence, and that speech got written or completed last night after saying Alex. And I started realizing, hey, there's a synergy here.